I'm going to teach you a very simple comp. It's sort of my little go-to comp when I don't know what else to do over jazz, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to, on the downbeat on 1, we're going to hit the bass. You can do it in octaves, or you can do it in one finger. I'm going to do it, go, right? And boom, dit, right? I'm going to, right? Because we've got that swinging triplet for you, like, dit, 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 boom, dit, dit, dit. Right? So you can go boom, dit, 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 right? That's the first half of the measure, right? Boom, dit, dit, dit. Actually, that's the first measure, right? 1, right? Doom, dit, 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 boom, dit, dit, right? Now, if you're just learning that rhythm, don't focus on the changes. Don't focus on the chord progression. Whenever I'm learning a new rhythm, I just do what's called a hover. I hover on one chord, right? So I'll just do. So it's boom, dit, ba, da, da. But on the second measure, you want to hit the chord on the downbeat. Boom, dit, ba, da, da, ba, dit, da. Boom, dit, ba, da, da, ba, dit. You notice I vary because I'm always trying to jazz things up, right? But the basic is. Throw extra bass notes in there, right? All right, once you feel you've got that rhythm, and that right there might take you days, weeks, it took me a long time, then you want to learn the 2-5-1 that I've just showed you how to voice through that rhythm. So you would go, then you move up to G, right? D minor 7, G. Get it? And then on the third measure, you want to do C. Let me make sure we're still recording here. We're not running out of. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, so the whole thing put together is. Once you feel like you've kind of got it, bring out a metronome or something like Band in a Box, right? So let's let Band in a Box play again. All right, I'm starting off slow. This is 76 beats per minute. Actually, it's 97 beats per minute. I'll generally start slower. When I'm learning a rhythm, I'll start like around 60, right? Once I get confident, I start cranking it up, right? 90. I'll do it a whole bunch of times at one tempo until I feel like I've really got it, and then I keep moving up. 150. I mean, this might take me weeks to get faster at this, so I'm sort of giving you the fast forward version of it. this case, you'll notice that the band in the box has a bass player. And I'm playing the bass with my left hand. In real life, your bass player might not want you competing with him so much, right? I've got this thing to speed up as it goes along, so you'll hear it getting faster, right? That's how I practice. I practice with tempo increase. Once you've gotten fast enough, that's 240 right there. I try to practice things 240, 250, 260, and I feel like I've more or less got it. I'm not trying to play blazing fast bebop. Here's the thing though, once you've got it in one key, for example C, then it's time to start exploring it. We don't want to be like the kind of players we were on traditional piano, where we were really strong in some keys and really weak in other keys. We don't want that. It's not the reason why we bought a Janko or a Chromatone. We want to be key agnostic. So as soon as you feel like you've got something under your fingers, you want to start practicing it in the other keys. I've got band in a box to rotate. It actually cycles. It goes through the circle of fifths. So in this case, if it's going in C, then it's going to be going in F, right? So let's try. Let's try to say 150 beats per minute, and it does it each time twice, and then after the second time, on the third time, it goes up a fourth, right? So you'll hear in a second how it goes. Ready? So let's stop there. I want to make sure you get what I'm doing here. Right now I'm going up to the key of F, which means the 2 of F is G, the 5 of F is C, and the root is F. But the voicing stays the same. Look at the shape of my fingers. You see how over here it was for D? Same thing, just take your fingers and move it over here for G. This is G minor 7, right? F, A, B flat, D. Same thing with the finger move over for the 5th. We're going to C, and then we're going here. F major 7 instead of C major 7, F major 7. So we're going to do this through all 12 keys. I just want to make sure you knew what I was doing there, right? Right. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. you go. I mean, it's really fast here, and I got kind of sloppy towards the end. I was going really fast. But there you go. That's how you would practice that. You know, you get some kind of tool. And there's band in a box is a tool. I mean, you could do this with a metronome. If you don't mind not having a bass and a drummer, I mean, it's not like it sounds great. It's MIDI sounds. So if you don't mind having a MIDI, not having a MIDI bass and a MIDI drummer accompanying you, you can use a metronome. There's an app called Visualizer for desktop that does it. You know, there's so many ways to practice this now that there's no excuse not to practice this sort of thing in all 12 keys. All right, so let's get back to our agenda here. We said we did fingering. We talked about a rhythmic pattern. I demonstrated in the key of C. I demonstrated in all 12 keys. Let's talk about variations and next step. Now, to say variations on 2-5-1 is a mouthful. I shouldn't say variations, because the fact is there's thousands of variations on a 2-5. I mean, literally, mathematically speaking, once you start involving dim 7 substitutions on 2-5 sequences, you literally have thousands of permutations. So I just want to show you a few things you can do to vary up. First thing is, since we're already going around the circle of fourths, common chord progressions that do that and a little something else are, for example, there's 2, 5, 1. The first thing is, for example, in the autumn leaves chord progression, you keep going around the circle of fourths and you go up to the fourth. Right? You do. Right? That's how autumn leaves goes, doesn't it? Except autumn leaves is in the key of B flat. Let's do it in the key of B flat, starting with C minor 7. The autumn leaves drift through my window. But the autumn leaves progression doesn't stop there. It goes up a fourth. The autumn leaves. Right? So the first thing you should know is that a lot of progressions keep going around the circle of fourths and go up a fourth after. Right? So they keep that momentum going, a forward motion. The other, and by the way, with respect to Conrad Cork and John Elliott, who named some of these common chord progressions, they call them bricks. I call them bricks too, like they do. They call that one the overrun, because you run and then you keep running, so they call that overrun.